From a set with a massively inappropriate name to a LEGO set that was cancelled for being too sexual. These are times LEGO sets went too far. And let's start with potentially the most horrendously named set in all of LEGO's history. The LEGO Star Wars Boba Fett Starship. Wait, that is not that badly named. Did I get this wrong? Oh wait, hang on. The name was changed to BE Boba Fett Starship. Prior to the change, this set was actually known as the Star Wars Slave 1. Do I really need to say any more? The set stirred up some huge controversy online, and lots of people were arguing that it made sense based on the Star Wars source material, but of course, everyone else pointing out that the name was controversial regardless of what it was based on. I actually preferred the name Boba Fett Starship anyway, so I do not think too many people will care about the name change for this set. But this is not the only flying vehicle on our list today, as perhaps the most well-known controversial LEGO set is next. LEGO has made some really awesome vehicles using Technic. We have iconic cars such as the Beetle, a Ferrari, and even some aerial vehicles too. However, there was one aerial vehicle that LEGO made but for some reason was never released. The Technic Bell Boeing V-22 Osprey. This set looks awesome and would have been an amazing addition to a LEGO plane lineup. However, there was one problem. LEGO has a bit of a strict design principle when it comes to military stuff and how they are depicted in LEGO, with LEGO taking drastic measures to avoid including any military themes. When this set was first revealed to the public, people were really quite shocked. And of course, this shock sparked up some controversy about LEGO being a teaching tool for violence by incorporating a real helicopter into their set library. As such, this set has never officially been released, although some people do claim to own one. Thankfully, LEGO was able to recognize the errors of their ways with the set before release. The same cannot be said for this next LEGO set that was officially released and people then picked up on the controversy. It seems LEGO sets based on some elements of Star Wars can be immensely controversial, whether that be through names or themes. However, you would never expect the set to be controversial because it looked too lifelike. Well, this is exactly what happened with the LEGO set Jabba's Palace. This just looks like Jabba the Hutt's palace from the original Star Wars trilogy. However, some people were quick to point out that the set was nearly identical to the Istanbul Hagia Sophia. I definitely butchered that, but yeah. Due to its similarity to the iconic building, the set was immediately labeled as an offensive stereotype for Middle Eastern culture, and the controversies just kept piling on until LEGO finally retired the set. Now, of course, an argument can be made as to why this set was so offensive. However, this next LEGO controversy has a really dumb backstory. Let me explain. When LEGO Friends was first coming out, most people were glad that LEGO was deliberately aiming something towards young girls. So far, most LEGO sets have been based on things like Star Wars Ninjas, stuff that just does not necessarily appeal to the female audience. So when LEGO Friends came out, people were in support of this, or at least most people were. See, there was a small percentage of the population that took one look at LEGO Friends and decided to immediately label it as a set that promoted traditional gender roles onto kids. And it kind of did, but at the end of the day, it is a toy for children, so people were able to quickly move on from this, and LEGO Friends is still quite popular even to this day. In the case of LEGO Friends, the controversy was not so severe that people could not look past it. However, that is definitely not what happened with this next set. The LEGO Indiana Jones Temple of Doom is a truly awesome looking set, featuring a minecart making its way throughout the Temple of Doom. To the normal eye, it just looks like a really cool set based on a really cool movie. However, that is not what some parts of the public felt, as some people were quick to notice an issue with this set. Or should I say two? Yes. The two minifigures that appear all the way down on the bottom right of the box caused so much controversy that LEGO almost had to pull the set entirely. People upon seeing these two minifigures felt that they were reinforcing a negative stereotype towards a different culture. As such, it was slashed for being culturally insensitive. All of this ruining a cool looking set. You can definitely argue for both sides of this controversy, as this was a conscious design choice by LEGO. But the next LEGO set was banned in the Japanese market due to a horrendous mistake. This is the LEGO Brickhead's Valentine's Bee. Just a lovely looking bee carrying some chocolates and a flower for your loved one on Valentine's Day. LEGO doing something like this for Valentine's Day was very well received in the West. You see, in the East where there was a major flaw with this LEGO build, the name of it. When translating this set into Japanese, the people at LEGO accidentally translated this to Mitsubachi no Valentine or Honeybee's Valentine. Wait, that sounds fine. To us, maybe. However, in the East, the term honeybee is far less appropriate, and the entire controversy was a huge embarrassment for LEGO. And they had to formally apologize for this mistake while also correcting the translation. What a huge mistake, LEGO. This mistake actually did cost LEGO quite a bit of money, since they had to pull off all of these Lego brickheads from store shelves. However, one mistake Lego made actually ended up making them a lot of money. When you think of some of the weirdest Lego sets and themes, I can imagine a couple would come to mind. Lego The Office, Lego Friends, and of course Lego The Simpsons. However, did you know that before Lego The Simpsons even released, people were calling on Lego to stop the production? But why? Well, Lego is of course nowadays labeled as a family-friendly company, with them taking as many steps as possible to ensure that their sets contain absolutely no adult themes. Given that the Lego Simpsons is a TV show rooted with adult themes and actually quite a lot of controversies, people were outraged at this collaboration and some parents even rioted against Lego for the decision. Of course, Lego continued with the sale, and thankfully after a couple years went by, the controversy has died down and people can finally enjoy and respect the beautiful Lego Simpson sets. Adult themes are always almost censored by Lego, and that is why Lego Simpson was a surprising addition to their roster. However, the set actually did not include any adult themes. Compared to our next Lego controversy, Lego The Simpsons would have been child's play. There are some things that Lego strives to avoid whenever they produce a set: guns, drugs, and violence. However, there was one set where one of these actually managed to sneak through the cracks of Lego's quality control. This is the Lego Castle Medieval Market Village. To any regular fan of Lego, this just looks like a cute little market town near a castle. However, if you take a slightly closer look, you could see what appears to be a minifigure with a drinking accessory. This is of course a big no-no at Lego, and when people began to notice this minifigure, they blamed Lego for promoting drinking and alcohol use to children. This of course was not the case, but as such, Lego was slapped with a pretty huge controversy over this, so Lego had to put up their quality control. Being family friendly can often be a bit of a detriment to Lego, much like this minifigure was. However, things did not have to be inappropriate for Lego to receive some kind of backlash. Lego does not have many sets based on horror. This is mainly because they want to keep the philosophy of keeping things fun and family friendly. Sometimes horror topics can teeter just a little bit to those other sides, and this next Lego set, according to parents, did just that. When the Lego Monster Fighters house was released, some people thought that the set's theme of ghosts and haunted houses was way too inappropriate for younger children due to its dark and potentially scary, traumatizing nature. Okay, I have just spent about 20 minutes looking at this Lego set, and I have to say, literally none of this is scary. There are some ghosts, but otherwise this is just stupid. I really do not understand what parents would look at this and think it's too scary for my child, but I really feel bad for the kids who had parents like that. However, being protective of something is not always the worst thing, such as when Greenpeace became a bit too protective of the environment. Greenpeace is a titan within the world of protecting the environment, and when Lego announced they would be continuing their partnership with Shell, Greenpeace were not having any of it. Greenpeace fought aggressively against both Lego and Shell to prevent the collaboration, and eventually they dealt with the final blow when they released a video titled "Everything Is Not Awesome," a gut-wrenching and slightly traumatizing video that showed a polar bear losing its habitat due to Shell oil drilling. This video and relentless protests from Lego fans eventually pushed Lego to end their partnership with Shell. Now, this did not actually stop anything, since Greenpeace and Shell still battle against each other even to this day, even without Lego involved. And similarly to when they face backlash from Greenpeace, sometimes Lego just has to be named to stir up a controversy. Lego Ideas is a fan favorite website where users are able to show off their own Lego creations in the hopes of having their creation turned into an official Lego set. This seems like a dream to most fans, and of course Lego has rules. There was one Lego Ideas set, however, that stirred up quite a bit of a controversy online. The Lego Ideas 123 Sesame Street was a huge success on Lego Ideas, with it eventually becoming turned into an official Lego set. However, upon the set's release, people began to have some problems with it. Firstly, people were concerned that Sesame Street had become one of the most parodied shows in history, with many of these parodies being adult comedy, worrying parents that Sesame Street was no longer seen as a family-friendly thing. On top of this set was aimed at adult collectors as opposed to kids, so there was a bit of a disconnect between the audience of the show and the audience of Lego. And finally, while the set itself really is not that controversial, some of the humor and themes from adult parodies of Sesame Street did raise some questions about creating a set based on a brand that had been ruined by adult parodies. Of course, through all this controversy led to literally nothing. The Lego set still did very well, and fans around the world were more than happy to receive a Lego set based on such an iconic IP from their childhoods. However, this is not always how these IPs turn out. See, back in 2013, everyone was talking about the new movie known as The Lone Ranger. The movie was set to be the biggest movie since Star Wars, and Disney did so much to promote the movie, even releasing a tie-in Lego theme. The problem arises when the movie was hit with a huge amount of backlash surrounding how they presented Native Americans. As a result, the Lego sets which had already been released also faced the same backlash, with Lego eventually pulling all Lego Lone Ranger sets from production and retiring the ones that were still around. But if any of these things shocked you, subscribe.